What's up, everybody? It's Eugene M. E the DJ STL back at you live from North St. Louis. Tonight we got live boxing stream. The headline main event: Jamal James defending his 147-pound, fighting for the 147-pound championship versus Butaev. His name is an alphabet first name to me. He's just Butaev right now until he does something. I know who Jamal James is. He's 27-1 with 12 knockouts. And his only loss was to Ugas, who to me is actually the WBA heavyweight champion, but that's getting to further matters later on down the line. So we got Jamal James fighting Butaev for the 147-pound WBA championship live on Showtime. I'm Eugene M, E the DJ STL, live with a live stream. Again, we do all boxing broadcast live streams. So if you're new to my channel, if you're watching this on replay, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you won't miss the next boxing fight, which, God willing, will be next week's championship fight, 168 unification championship between Canelo versus Plant coming up next weekend, Saturday, live from Vegas. It'll be the first ever unified champion at 168 pounds in the history of boxing, a relatively new division considering the long history of boxing, but this will be the first unified champion at 168. Canelo versus Plant next weekend. Perhaps biggest fight of the year outside of Wilder Fury. Could be the biggest fight considering how good the fight is. But this is the preview. It's a good card on the Showtime platform, WPC, the PBS fighters, stable of fighters, basically showcasing those fighters tonight. Jamal James, managed by Al Heyman, fighting Butaev, who's known for his power. He's 13-0, 10 KOs. Not much known by me about him, but 10 KOs do stand out. I like power punchers. And Jamal James is a classic boxer from Minneapolis. Definitely a credible 147-pound fighter. I don't consider him a champion. Ugas beat Pacquiao, one of the biggest fights of the year. To me, he's the WBA champion. I'm sure he feels the same way. James feels differently. The WBA is actually asking for a tournament to determine who the real champion is for their championship, which I would like. That's exciting as a boxing fan. Ugas feels like since he beat Pacquiao, he is the WBA champion. I would agree with him. So he feels like he shouldn't even have to do that. They wanted him to fight a bogus fighter as his first title defense, some guy nobody ever heard of that mysteriously ended up as his number one contender. You know how that is with WBA, going all the way back to the Don King days, but that's where I'm at with that. But he basically, I don't think, wants to take that. He's feeling like he's the champion, and I think he's a little unhappy with the WBA, considering this attempt, I guess, to call James also a champion. How can you have two champions? So I feel like Ugas on this one, but obviously James feels differently. So he wants the tournament. He's asking for the tournament. Wants, obviously, to fight Ugas because this is his only defeat on his record. He's 27-1 with 12 KOs. He hasn't lost in 5 years, but that one loss is to Ugas. That's a big loss. So to me, that's why he's not champion. Ugas is, as far as I'm concerned. At least that's the way I see it. If you come into my stream, if you come into my live stream, I got a poll up. Who do you think is who should be considered the WBA champion at 147? Should it be Jamal James, or should it be, as I feel, Ugas, or should it be a tournament, or should they just the two of them just fight? That's the poll. Vote on it. And let me know what you think. But it's a good undercard tonight. We got a great undercard, actually. You know, for a pure fight fan, this is a great card. I mean, if you only come through for the big things like Canelo and Plant next week, I'm glad that you're coming through, and I'm glad you're enjoying boxing. But This is more of a card for non-casual boxing fans. It's got Jamal Ennis, to me, the co-main event versus Thomas Delorme. Ennis undefeated at 147. To me, the only one that could actually possibly beat Earl Spence at 147. I know most people feel that that Bud Crawford and Earl Spence are the two top 147-pound fighters. I think everybody agrees with that. The question is, who do you think is the best? I'm definitely in the Earl Spence car, admittedly. Big fan of him. Followed him his whole career. Still feel he's the number one 147-pound fighter because of the fact that even though he's been injured and has taken time off, he has beaten all the much more quality fighters, contenders, top 10 contenders, all compared to Bud Crawford. Crawford, to me, has not beaten one credible top 10 or at least top 5 fighter at 147 since he's been champion. He's had a spoon-fed, top-ranked Bob Arum diet of basically regular fighters mostly, and hasn't beaten one quality fighter to me at 147 yet, while Earl Spence has been knocking him down. The only thing he's been holding him back was the car accident and his eye. And you can't control eye injuries as a boxer. That can happen to anybody. I don't hold that against him. The car driving, maybe that's a lifestyle choice. Maybe you can't hold that against him. But the bottom line is it's nothing he did in the ring. When he's been healthy, he's beaten everybody and put in front of him, and he's beaten quality fighters. And this is going back years now. So to me, he's the 147-pound champion. We can dispute that, but the one thing I can say is Ennis is definitely in that top 5. And I think the winner tonight, he's fighting Thomas Delorme, which is basically a gatekeeper kind of fighter. The fighter that he's a fighter that Bud already beat. He's a fighter, I think, that just is just a gatekeeper at 147. It's really a showcase fight for Jeron Ennis versus Delorme, basically setting up an Ennis fight probably with Jamal James if the tournament doesn't happen and if James doesn't get the Ugas fight. And I think that's where we're at with that. But we're going to the first round, the first fight. They're going to start the fights now. We got a great opener, actually. It's a great card for non-casual boxing fans. We got Rivera versus Romero. Rivera, I've never seen fight before, but I want to see fight. He's 21-0 with 14 knockouts. He's known for power. I love power punchers. So I definitely want to see him. Romero is 24-1 with 8 KOs. His only loss was by decision in his last fight. And so he's coming back off his first loss. But this is a nice matchup to open it up. Two fighters trying to make their name in the division. And so that's where we're at with that. And we're going to start this off in a few seconds. We're at the beginning of the first bout now. This is live on Showtime. If you have Showtime, I know you're watching it, but it's no fun watching boxing by yourself. So if you're at home watching on Showtime, this is going to be live commentary. We can't fight due to YouTube guidelines, but this will be a live call by me and a broadcast by me. I'm your eyes and ears. If you're not seeing the fight, if you don't have Showtime, come through. This is as best you're going to get. So you might as well stick around. Here we go. If you watch back on replay for the first time, because you didn't know this fight was happening, it almost caught up with me, actually, until earlier this week. I was more concerned about the Plant Canelo fight coming up next week. I forgot all about this one. I didn't even know about it. So I'm doing it. I'm doing every boxing broadcast I can do for you that provide quality fighters and quality content. I'm not going to stream the garbage. So that's where we're at with that. And we're about to start this card. This is Rivera versus Romero. Pretty doggone good opener for a boxing card. Definitely worth watching. I'm interested to see Rivera. I love power punchers. So it's first time in Vegas. Worships Muhammad Ali is his hero. Muhammad Ali is my hero. So we're on that same page together. He speaks English. I saw the presser up to this. I don't believe Romero does. Romero more of a boxer. Rivera a power puncher. Should be a nice matchup. We got Romero trying to bounce back from his first defeat. Rivera, the undefeated power prospect on the PBC Showtime platform. So here we go. This is at 135, basically. Rivera comes in 3 pounds overweight. Romero comes in a half pound overweight. I don't think it matters. They're both happy to be on Showtime, but this is really a 135-pound lightweight fight. When you say 135, I think Gervonta Tank Davis. I think Teofimo Lopez. I think Shakur Stevenson eventually. Haney eventually. A lot of fighters in that 130 to 140 bracket right there. It's a very active weight class, the 130, 135, 140, 135, 140 especially. Very active weight class. Some of the best fighters in the world in those two classes. So let's see if Mr. Rivera, to me, has what it takes. Does he have the right stuff? Here we go. Michelob Ultra Vita, Mandalay Bay Casino in Vegas. We got Premier Boxing Champions, produced card, brought to you by TGB Promotion and, of course, the Showtime Platform Network, the best boxing network right now in business. Interesting fight for an opener. Little drink for the fight. I'm more of a Harry Carey broadcaster. I do a little drinking during the broadcast, a little beer there. Don't know how YouTube feels about that. Won't do it on camera because of that. A lot of platforms don't like it. I don't think it's professional, so I won't do it. But for full disclosure, I am having a beer. Here we go. Michelle Rivera. Michelle Rivera got a girl name with a man punch. Number 2 lightweight in the world at this point. So he's heading toward a title fight. Michelle Rivera should be getting somebody's title shot at 135. Let's see if he's got what it takes. Welcome to my stream. Whoever it is, please type your name in the comments. Let me know who you are. I guess you're out. Strike one. No one wants to comment. No one wants to talk, but that's the way it is, I guess, sometimes. I value the people that come through for the fight and talk in the comments. Like and subscribe to the channel, Eugene M. EDDJSTL. On YouTube, my number 1 platform. You can follow me on Discord, Instagram, TikTok, Bigo, BIGO, Hangouts, Duo, WhatsApp, whatever. Get at me. Eugene M. EDDJSTL. Here we go for round 1. We got Rivera in the ring, who looks like Tito Trinidad mixed with Muhammad Ali a little bit. This guy, I've seen fight before now. That I've seen him. He is like Tito Trinidad and Muhammad Ali blended their DNA into the same person. And he's got the black and white trunks on, the Ali trunks. That's his hero. He's got the jab operating. I remember this guy. He's good. He's good. He's a contender. Definitely a problem at 135 and 140 probably too. Rivera has the goods. I remember him by his face now. I've seen him fight. Didn't know his name, but now I do remember it. It's Michelle Rivera with the female first name, but manly boxing skills. So we got another jab. Right hand by Rivera. Boxing beautifully with the jab. Great footwork and balance behind the jab. Follows up with a right that misses, a hook to the body that lands. Rivera with another jab. He's on his stick. I love fighters that have a great jab. He's got height, reach at 135. He's got nice body build for 135, 145. I think he could probably fight at 147, actually, eventually. I think Rivera has the goods. This is not, I don't know if he could take a punch yet. That's my question. But offensively, he's about as good as you're going to get at 135. I like him as a prospect. I've seen him fight before. More than once. I just didn't know his name too now. I knew his face. Great combination by Rivera with the jab from Rivera. Operate with great leverage, feints, jab. He's got the stick. Looks like Larry Holmes actually with the jab more than Ali. Just a great jab. Just great jab, body punches and combinations. He's got the goods. Right hand by Rivera staggers them. Staggers Romero into the ropes. He calls it a slip. The punch hurt him clearly. He's back trying to act like he's a good. I don't know if he is. He looked hurt. That's the end of the round. First round, I'm not going to grade these rounds because I don't think this fight's going to go long. I think Rivera is going to get him out of there. I think Rivera is one of the best fighters at 135. He's a fighter I would love to see fight Tank. I think him and Shakur maybe are the two that could actually challenge Tank. 135, 140. When I look at it, I think Shakur and I think Rivera actually, to me, is the two that might can challenge Tank Davis. The only two I think that could give him trouble. You might want to say the European fighter. I'm forgetting his name now. I don't watch him too much. Herring, I think, but I don't count the European fighters have to beat a Mexican or a good Puerto Rican or a black fighter for me to even consider them European fighters. Actually, they just don't do it normally. Fury being the one outlier on that. We got Rivera back with the jab, solid combinations. He's boxing and punching beautifully. I don't think this fight's going to go long. I don't think Romero has what it takes to challenge him. I don't think he's in his class. This is a different kind of a fighter here. This guy has natural skills. If he could take a punch, he's going to be a problem for years at 135 or 140 or even 147 when he gets older. Michelle Rivera has the goods, and he's landing solid jabs, pushing Romero back with each jab, landing. The force of the jab is actually pushing him back. Romero with rabbit punches to the back of the head, desperation by Romero. Another jab by Rivera. Beautiful balance, beautiful jab. He's got the Larry Holmes type jab to me. Okay, Romero with some solid body punches. There's best punches of the fight, followed by a jab and a right hand that misses by Rivera to take back command from him and put him back in his place. Another jab by Rivera to put him back into his place, which is right on the end of that jab. And it's where he's sitting at these first two rounds, on the end of the jab by Rivera. Just teasing him, hypnotizing him with the jab in the second round. Rivera beautiful skills. Ooh, got a right hand with a left hook by Rivera that was just beautiful. Just beautiful boxing. If you're a boxing fan, if you love talent and skills, check out Michelle Rivera. Michelle Rivera, who looks like Tito Trinidad and Ali mixed together to me, with the Ali trunks on and the jab of Holmes and the boxing footwork of Ali and the right hand of Trinidad to me. It's crazy. He's talented. Michelle Rivera is the real deal. And I don't think this fight's going to make it all the way. It's a scheduled 10-rounder. We're in the second round. Rivera ahead 2-0. I don't need to comment with my hands or anything or do anything. It's just Michelle Rivera showcasing his vast array of skills tonight. On the undercard of the opener fight for the James Butaev WBA supposed championship fight coming later today. Welcome to my stream, whoever it is. Welcome. Please tell me who you are. Type a comment into the comment section. Let me know how the audio is. Tell me who you think is going to win tonight's WBA championship fight. Let me know who you are. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to my stream. Whoever you are, please type in the comments. Let me know who you are. Tell me how my audio is. We're on the opener for tonight's Showtime platform live boxing championship fight. Great card tonight. This is Michelle Rivera versus Romero, the opener. And if you haven't seen Michelle Rivera, you should. He's one of the best young fighters in boxing. Definitely a contender at 135. He's the number 2 lightweight in the world right now. He's going to be heading for a title fight shortly at 135, and probably him and he's one of the few people that can challenge Tank Davis, I think, at 135 or 140. Outside of Shakur Stevenson. Welcome to my stream. Whoever is into my stream, please let me know who you are. Type a vote in the poll. Type a comment in the comment section. Let me know who you are. And remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. So in the third round, we got Michelle Rivera versus Romero here at 135. This is the opening fight, which is give me 1 second here. Somebody just knocked me out of the stream, so let me get back in. I won't be doing that anymore. I can tell you that. So. In 1 second, and we'll be back up. It's just this the opener anyway, so I think we know that. We already know that Rivera is going to win this fight. It's just a question of whether he's going to knock him out or decision him. So give me a second. All right, here we go. All right. I won't be doing that anymore. Sorry about that, whoever you are. Thank you for joining me. Vote on my poll. Just push something if you don't even know who these fighters is. And type a comment in the comment section. Let me know who you are. All right, here we go. Back at it. We got the 4th round of 10. Shit. Good God. Devil is busy tonight. All right, here we go. Damn. Welcome to my stream. Thank you for staying with me, whoever you are. All right, this is the 4th round. Same old, same old. We got Michelle Rivera with the Ali trunks and Ali in the middle of his trunks, who looks a lot like Ali, actually. Oh my God. Okay. Who is this? Hello? Tired of that. All right. Try to block that. So ain't calling me anonymous. You calling me anonymous. And won't stop calling. I think it's somebody trying to interrupt my stream, actually. Oh my God. Give me 1 second. Who is this? Block this person. All right. Let's get back to the stream. Crazy shit. Crazy stuff going on. I think it's somebody trying to block my stream, actually. Which is crazy. Give me 1 second, and I'm going to have the stream back up. Don't want this problem to keep happening. So. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Fortunately, it's the 5th round of 10 of the same thing. So we're back to where we were. And so we're just sitting through the end of this fight. So at least it didn't happen in the main event. Whoever you are, thanks for joining. Please type who you are in the stream. Let me know who you are. Okay, we got Rivera. We got Rivera in complete control of this fight. So we're just basically waiting for this fight to end now. Welcome to my stream, whoever you are. Please type a note in the comments. Let me know who you are. We're in the 5th round of the 10th round fight between Michel Rivera with his great skills at 135 and Romero, who's not on this level. So thank you for that like, whoever it is. Please vote in the poll. I appreciate that. I think I have a troller for some reason who has my phone number that's calling me private all through the stream, interrupting my stream. I'm going to try to maybe deal with that in the break between this and the next fight, which is the Jeron Ennis Thomas Delorme fight, which I do not want to miss. I love Jeron Ennis. I think he's the only one that can beat Spence or Crawford at 147. And I believe Spence is the class of the division, and I think Ennis has the best chance of beating him. That's my opinion. Obviously, there are a lot of Bud Crawford fans out there. And I will understand your position. I just don't think he's fought enough. He hasn't beaten one quality fighter at 147 yet since he's been champion, while Spence has beaten multiple ones. And the only fault on Spence is injury, one of which you can't control, which is eye injury. But when he's active, he's fighting regularly, beating great fighters, and he's the champion at 147. Welcome to my stream, whoever it is. Whoever's joined the stream, please type your name in the comments or bounce your way. You know, could do that too. It's palpable. So we got the 6 of 10. We got the wonderful to watch Michelle Rivera with the jab of Holmes, the look of Ali in Trinidad, the right hand of Trinidad, and the great talent. I don't know exactly where he's from, but he definitely fights like a Puerto Rican style. I don't know if he's from Puerto Rico, but I don't know his ethnicity, but he sure looks like a Puerto Rican fighter to me, and very much in the Trinidad mold to me. I don't know where he's from, but that's what he looks like to me. So, drinky drink. We got a shutout going here. End of the 6. 6-0. Clearly. Romero just not on his level. That's where we at. Just not on the level. Welcome, St. Louis Auto Clinic. Dre King in the house. How do you watch the fight? The fight is on Showtime right now. If you have Showtime, you can watch it on Showtime. If you do that, I understand. But you can still stay in here and chop it up with me. If you're watching the fight alone, you might as well watch it with me. So definitely watch it on Showtime. If you don't have Showtime, I'm your eyes and ears to this fight card. If you do have Showtime, you can watch it on the Showtime platform. But you can still stay here and chop it up with me. Welcome back. Whoever's in the chat, if you got Showtime, it's on Showtime. Even if you're watching it on Showtime, stay in here and chop it up with me. Vote in my poll. It's no fun watching boxing by yourself. It really ain't. I'm watching boxing by myself, but I got this, and hopefully you're watching with me. I would love to watch it with somebody. You're here. If you got Showtime, watch it with me. We can go back and forth with it. You're probably a boxing fan if you're in there. We got Romero putting hands, Michelle Rivera, putting hands on Romero in this last round of the 6th. And I'm sure that if it was his cornerman should stop this fight. There's no way he can win this fight. He's just taking punishment. He's already earned his check. If I was his cornerman, I would stop this fight for his safety and for the protection of my fighter and for other checks in the future and his life. I would stop this fight. He's not going to beat Michelle Rivera tonight. He's taking an ass whooping. He's getting his hands put on him now, and it's getting worse. The only thing that can bad here is happen a knockout or him getting seriously hurt. The right hand by Michelle Rivera staggers him into the ropes. Beautiful fighter, straight right, clearly shoves him to almost to the ropes, about 4 feet into the ropes. And this fight is becoming dangerous here. This fight is starting to become dangerous for Romero. They should stop this fight. He's complaining about his right knee, Romero. Whether it's true or not, I definitely understand. If your corner's not going to save you, you got to do what you can for your life here. I guess you go out on your shield if I'm a boxer. But I ain't the one taking the punches, but I would still go out on my shield. I would, this corner's supposed to stop it. It's just this, oh, shit. Well, you got a slip by Rivera. The crowd gets anxious, but it was just a slip. Romero threw a punch, but it looked like he slipped. So right hand by Rivera. Beautiful jab by Rivera. Just a solid jab. God. World-class solid jab by Rivera. Rivera to the body. He's like Trinidad with a Larry Holmes jab to me. He's Trinidad with a Larry Holmes jab. And I don't know if he's got a chin or not until he gets hit by somebody good, but he's got everything else. I think he's a better version of what Devin Haney tries to do, if that makes sense. I'm not faulting Devin Haney. I just think he's a better fighter with more skills, honestly. Romero fights bravely to that round. He didn't win the round, but at least he fought with some heart. We got a shutout in this fight. Great left hook by Rivera. Oh my God, right hand by Rivera. He's starting to get serious about getting him out of there now to me. I think he's starting to get serious about getting him out of there in this 8th round. Another great combination by Rivera. 21-0, 14 knockouts, and power boxer, puncher with great skill. The only question is his chin to me. Can he take a punch? He hasn't been in there with somebody that can land on him yet. Let's see if he can take a punch. Specifically, can he take Tank Davis's punch? Because I don't know if there's too many people that can do that. Shakur and him would be a good fight, actually. I think that would be a bad matchup for Shakur a little bit. With the jab, I think this guy has the ability to beat Shakur, whereas Shakur might have a better chance of beating Tank, actually, when you think about it. Great jab. I mean, if he has a chin, Rivera might end up being the best fighter between all of them, actually. He's got that kind of talent. He really does. You don't see talent like this often. Great fighter to watch if you like boxing. If you're a non-casual, this is a great fighter to watch. Just so much talent. Can he take a punch? That's it. That's where we're at with him. Romero, at the end of the round, fighting back. He didn't land much, but he was throwing punches, you know. He was keeping him off of him with punches that did land, if nothing else. But then Rivera comes back with the power. Great jab by Rivera in these highlights, slow-mo. 3 jabs, and, of course, those solid punches that almost got him out, can get him out of there if he does that in this round. I think he can end it in this round if he gets him out, if he does that in this round. We're the 9th round of 10 of Rivera and Romero, live from Vegas. This is the opener for the main event, James and Butaev, WBA welterweight championship with a question mark, I'd say. Here we go. It's the week before the historic Canelo versus Plant unification fight at 168 next week from the same place here in the Mandalay Bay in Vegas, I believe. Biggest fight of the year probably to me outside of Wilder Fury. It's a heavyweight fight, obviously. But could end up being a better fight. I guess. I don't know. Fury Wilder was one of the greatest fights ever. So if it could just live up to that, I'd be happy. I don't think Plant has a chance against Canelo. I think Canelo's going to walk him down and get him out of there within 11 rounds. That's my Canelo Plant prediction there. Plant just doesn't have any power. He's got flash, little boxing ability, but arm punching, it's not going to get it done versus Canelo. He's going to walk right through him and get him out of there inside of 11. That's my prediction for next week. I've been predicting it for months, standing on it like a rock. I'm not a Canelo fan at all, too much. I think he's overrated historically because his competition level really isn't high outside of Money Mayweather. He never fought Floyd or Pretty Boy Mayweather, but Money Mayweather, easy decision. But I think if he probably would have got knocked out by Pretty Boy Floyd. And I think he's overrated historically. So drug cheat, steroids, beef. I ain't criticizing him for that. I'm just saying that even on that, I don't think he's on that level historically of the Pretty Boy Floyds or even Money Mayweathers or even the fighters of his era now in the past and now. I don't think his competition level is high. He's managed to feed on European fighters and avoid really good black fighters. And only one black fighter, I can't remember his name now, but he's not that good to me. He was overrated. So We got Sean Porter at ringside, dressed like a Crip, the most politically correct boxing commentator of the fighters that commentate, dressed like a Crip with a Fox Network face mask on, all blue with a bandana. Weird. Really weird. Rivera with the excellent Larry Holmes style jab. The most memorable thing about this fight is that jab from Rivera, which will be a problem for Tank Davis, a problem for Shakur. He could have been the best fighter at 135 if he could take a punch. And Tank will test that gangster quickly. Can he stand up to Tank's power? I don't think so. And I haven't even seen him get hit hard. Solid jab, solid right hand, solid body punch by the wonderfully talented Michelle Rivera. Just pitching the shutout, looking beautiful, looking like Apollo Creed without getting hurt or stumbled in this fight. Great right hand. Welcome to my stream, whoever you are. Welcome to my stream. Please type who you are in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel, like and hit the notification bell. Please type vote in my poll and type a comment in the stream. Let me know who you are. I'm Eugene M. Either DJ STL, broadcasting live from North St. Louis. And this is the opening fight of the WBA championship fight between James and Butaev, scheduled. 3 fights scheduled tonight. This is the opener, which is why I'm not calling it. And you can bounce. Well, it is the opener. Come back later. Right hand by Romero. Okay, we got Rivera fighting back, showing heart. Rivera showing heart, making it hard on him at the end. Okay, Rivera, I see you there. Romero takes it the distance with heart. He didn't quit. I give him credit. He fought all the way to the end. Actually showed bravado at the end of the fight. A little bit for the cameraman. He can go home proud. He lost the fight. He's now on the level of Rivera. I think even he knows that now. Michelle Rivera has exceptional talent. And I don't even think he realized. I think Romero even knows that he's now on that level. We got Sam Watson, Al Heyman's front man in the ring. For years, I thought that Sam Watson was Al Heyman because you never see Al Heyman. He's like the unusual suspects. He's Kaiser Soze. He's the Kaiser Soze of managers, sports and entertainment managers. You never see him. I managed to deep dive into him and found a couple pictures. I saw him once. live on video in the background. And I love that about him, by the way. Definitely low key. And the man who revolutionized boxing, he's the number one boxing manager and produces the best stable of fighters and the new and improved 2021 modern way of handling boxers, much better than Aram and Don King, the old school of pimping fighters and ripping them off for money and being the promoter and the manager, a conflict of interest. And he's just the manager. The fighters get paid fairly, better than they ever have. He's revolutionized boxing with the PBC platform and his partners at Showtime. And I give Al Heyman all the credit in the world for everything he's accomplished. I'm a big fan and admirer of Al Heyman, and I love what he's done. He's incredible. That's the way I feel on that. Unabashedly. Not ashamed to say it. All shout out to Al Heyman. I give him his flowers. I think the boxers would agree. They're all happy, all getting paid. No money problems, no arguments about money. Actually overpaid. So that was his strategy from the beginning. Overpaid the fighters. They weren't getting paid what they should. He overpaid. Got the biggest platform because of it. He helps boxing a lot. Brings all the big fights back to regular television, free TV. I don't have cable. And he brings them all to free TV. I'm able to get this fight because of Showtime, but I don't have actual all the stuff everybody else has to be able to watch all these other channels, the premium stuff. Other than this, for boxing, it's Showtime, the king of boxing. Don't need HBO anymore. When you got Showtime, Showtime has all the boxing now. It won that battle, killed HBO off, which you used to have if you were a fight fan. Now you all need is Showtime, really. And free TV, thanks to Al Heyman. Pay-per-view fights, or them on a buy if you want basis. I'm sure Canelo and Plan is definitely probably pay-per-view, obviously. So I'll be bringing that fight to you next Saturday, live from the Mandalay Bay in Vegas. They're interviewing Michelle Rivera in the ring, who's now 22-0 with 14 KOs and another quality win on his record. Number 2 lightweight division, probably moving up, and somebody's going to have to give him a title shot this coming year at 135. And my prayers go out to whoever has to face this man in that defense, because they got something to deal with in Michelle Rivera. Michelle Rivera Ali, they call him.
They'll talk about the upcoming Canelo Plant fight next weekend, the Unified Championship at 168, historical championship. They're doing the build up to the Canelo Plant fight right now, showing all the highlights of their careers, build up promo to the Canelo Plant. They're really building this up next week for the big fight coming up. We're in the intermission. We're moving on to Jeron boots Ennis versus Thomas Delorme. The fight before the main event, we got the undefeated Jeron Ennis from Philadelphia fighter, who is, my notes here, he's undefeated, and he is 27-1 with one no contest, 25 wins by knockout, versus Thomas Delorme, the gatekeeper, who is 31-5 with one no decision and 16 KOs. A plotting kind of a fighter who lost to Bud Crawford, I believe, already once before, and is a plotting, slow-handed fighter that gives a lot of heart, a little bit of a punch. You know, he's just basically a show. This is a Jeron boots in his showcase fight, unless Delorme surprises everybody. This is designed to promote Jeron boots Ennis on the PBC platform and Showtime platform, for the simple reason that if Ugas and Jamal James doesn't happen, Jamal James probably is going to be fighting Jeron Ennis for the WBA welterweight championship with a question mark, because Ugas, who decisively beat Pacquiao and who pretty much is the WBC champion, is somehow being played shady by the WBA, who I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I'm sure it's about money, probably. That's what it always gets down to. We're with Jeron Ennis, hitting the mitts, getting warm, hitting the mitts, getting ready for this fight coming up, looking like he's breaking a sweat, getting nice and warmed up for this fight. Boxer puncher who switches up a lot. Does he have enough punch
to handle Spence and Crawford. I think he has enough speed. Does he have the chin to withstand Crawford and Spence? Can he take Spence's body punches? You know, that's really where it's at with me. I see Spence as, they're both. I think of Ennis and Spence as the two best fighters at 147. We got two fighters with tremendous Olympic experience, amateur experience. We got Boots Ennis, who was the gold medal winner, amateur championship. I think this is Gold Gloves, 1915, Delorme that year. He was the Gold Glove champion. And I believe he was the Gold Glove champion. Jeron Ennis was the Gold Glove champion in 2015, which actually is funny because I believe that's the year that Jamal James last lost. I believe Jamal James lost to Ugas in 15. So when James was losing to Ugas in 15, Ennis was winning the Gold Glove championship in 2015, which shows that he is the younger guy. But him and Spence have the enormous Olympic amateur background that is very important in boxing. And Spence has learned to sit down in his punches and throw body punches and power punches and bring power along with his ability to Olympic style outbox you, as he did so well versus Mikey Garcia and Danny Garcia with the Olympic amateur boxing style, just boxing shutouts versus both of them. But also having the ability to sit down his punches and throw great body punches as a pro and show the heart of a champion and the fight inside, as he did versus in his fight versus Sean Porter. And Ennis, I don't see the body punching consistently as much. I see the hands that are probably faster than Spence, honestly. Even though Spence is so technically beautiful, Ennis maybe a little quicker hand speed, actually, with it being younger, also is an issue. So that's where I'm at with that. I would love to see that fight. Spence versus Ennis, to me, is going to be the future of 147. Whoever eventually wins that matchup over the next couple of years is going to be the king of the 147 division. It's just a question of whether Ennis can hold off. If Spence can hold off the young lion Ennis. He's still young enough. If his eye's okay, he's been through some things. Ennis is fresh and young. It's the young guy versus the OG at this point. And can Spence hold off the young dog eventually over the next couple of years? I think next year we're going to have Crawford versus Spence, and we're going to decide then. I think Spence will win. And then it'll be all about Spence and Ennis, probably 23 or 24. So we got Delorme in the ring now in red and silver. He's only won one of his last 5 fights against great opposition, though. But he's lost his last 2 fights to Jamal James in the main event coming up, and Daniotis in his last 2 fights. So he's the gatekeeper now. This is an Ennis showcase on the on the Showtime platform, PBC platform of Ennis, building up to probably a James fight if the fight with Ugas doesn't pan out or the tournament doesn't pan out. So here we go. If you're watching this back, welcome to my stream. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. Come through for next week's big fight, the Canelo Plant live stream next weekend. Live commentary and chat only. We're going to do the whole card. We're going to do it big. Do the whole card. Maybe a little bit of the press conference also. The whole televised card. And probably the presser too, if we still have enough energy together. So I expect a bigger turnout for that fight. Hopefully bigger than the Wilder Fury fight, which did great on my platform. This is some more of a card for non-casual boxing fans, fans who really love boxing. So that's where we're at. Okay, we got Jeron Ennis, 5'10", Delorme 5'10", 146 and a half for Ennis, 146 even for Delorme, both underweight. Ennis with a 3.5-inch reach, almost 4-inch reach for Ennis. I expect his jab and his fast hands to make this an easy fight for him. Hopefully, he can end it early so we can get to the main event. That's where I'm at with it. Delorme has no chance in this fight. This is in a showcase. Hopefully, he can get him out of here early so we won't have to sit through another 10 rounds of Rivera outboxing Romero, and we could get to the main event. We all know Delorme has no chance of winning this fight other than lucky punch. I don't think that's going to happen. I haven't won the lottery, and I don't think he's going to knock out Jeron Ennis either. So that's where I'm at with it. And we're going to move on to the main event, which should be an exciting fight. Interested to see the main event. We got Mike Ortega in the ring. He's the referee in charge of tonight's action. Welterweight fight, 10 rounds of boxing. Got Jeron Ennis, Boots Ennis from Philly, fighting Delorme, fighting out of Vegas. He's from Carolina, Puerto Rico. So he is a Puerto Rican fighter. Proudly got some Puerto Rican fans in the audience cheering for him. So we got some Puerto Ricans that came here for the fight. We got Thomas Delorme. He's, again, 31-5 with 16 knockouts. And we got the man everybody wants to see, Jeron Ennis, one of the best in the 147 division. He's 27-0. He's got one no decision, 25 knockouts, as I said earlier. Fighting out of Philly. Not a traditional Philly fighter. Number 6 in the world by WBC. WBA and BO have him number 5. He's number 3 in the world at the IBF level. So IBF champion, I think, is Spence. It's his closest chance to a title shot, which is a makeable fight because they're both Al Hammond fighters and both on the PBC Showtime platform. So that should be an easy fight to make. So that fight's definitely going to happen one day. Could happen before the Crawford Spence fight if Crawford signs back with him. So we'll see. I expect him to sign with PBC, my guess, early next year. I think he's eventually going to sign with Al Hammond if he's smart and get some money, which he definitely ain't getting on Top Rank. So here we go with the co-main event, I would say. 147. Ennis versus Delorme. And we're going. Round number 1. And we got Ennis coming out in pink powder blue with black with the Adrian Broner style shorts. Delorme traditional with the silver and red trim. Ennis with the jab. Another jab. If he was smarter, you make it the night of the jabs. Like Rivera. Another jab by Ennis. Faster hands, obviously. Another jab by Ennis. Ennis with his right hand not high up. Not a high guard. Using his jab. Not afraid at all of Delorme. Understandably. Right hand puts Delorme on the mat in round 1. Delorme down in round 1. He doesn't look good. He looks a little shaky. He's on his knee. He's looking at the ref. Looks like he's going to get up. He's up. He's walking away from the ref, not toward him. But the ref lets him get away with it. They're speaking in Spanish. They go. Here's Ennis on top of Delorme, trying to finish him off. And I hope he does. So we get to the main event. So we got Ennis sitting down on his punch as well. Right hand by Delorme. Delorme down again. Delorme down for the second time in the round. We got 1:21 left. I don't think he's going to make it through this fight. There's too much time left in this round. He's staggering. This is going to be over with. That's it. The ref calls it off. And we got a first round knockout by Jeron Boots Ennis. Thank you, Mr. Ennis, for making this a short night. And we get to the main event. There we go. Just what I asked for. Apparently, Ennis has got places to be, people to see, and women to do, because he's made it a short night. Maybe he's double parked. I don't know. He's in a hurry. He's got somewhere to be. Got a date, But he obviously didn't have pressing business and wanted to end this very quickly. Probably spent more time working out, breaking the sweat in the locker room than he did in this first round. This first round didn't even make it 2 minutes. We're talking almost a minute and a half. 130 minutes, 121, 130 when he called it. This fight didn't even go a half a round. So that's that. PBC and Showtime got everything they wanted. Ennis got everything he wanted. Delorme gets his check, goes home. That's the end of that. Right hand to the ear of Delorme on slow-mo by Ennis. Ennis, the overhand right to the temple of Delorme. His equilibrium gone. He hits the mat face first. His equilibrium is off from the temple shot and got him out of there before he could get it back. So that's the end of that one. Next, as James Tony would say, Ennis to finish him off with the straight left hand that folds him like an envelope and puts him on his butt. He's switching, and that notably was the left hand, which he switched to southpaw and folds him, which is not a good thing for Spence to be looking at, honestly. That's something to worry about there. Ennis is the biggest competition Spence has at 147. He's definitely, I'm rolling with Spence. I love Spence, but it's a pick 'em fight, I think. I have to admit. It's a pick'em fight. And this is that good. I think he beats Crawford easily. And him and Spence is a pick'em fight. I'm rolling with Spence. I'm in a Spence car. I like Spence. I'm rolling with Spence. Always have, always will. But he's definitely a problem. Jeron Boots Ennis is definitely a problem. Ennis says he doesn't get paid for overtime. It's his reason for getting out of here quick. With the right hand to the temple. The first punch that hurt him, hurt Delorme. Then the left hand from the other side switched up. Did him no favors at all. So Ennis did a great job of finishing him. He admits that Delorme did land a good punch on him, the one punch. Which means he may have a very good chin, too. So if he's got a chin. I know Spence has one. I don't know about Jeron, but if he has a chin, he's a big problem for Spence. Too much for Crawford. And Spence and Ennis probably decide who the best welterweight is in this era, probably in 22, 23, depending upon what Crawford does. He wants Spence, Ugas, Crawford, Think Thurman. He wants everybody. Sound like Spence when he was coming up, actually. Earl Spence is the logical path to the first title fight, which is what he says. He's number 3 IBF. He's right. His quickest path to a title fight is going to be Earl. If Crawford signs with Top Rank again, I expect that fight next year, or when Smith is healthy enough to do it after maybe a tune-up. And then, so we're talking 22, 23 for Spence and Boots, realistically, probably 23. And then we're talking Crawford and Spence. If Crawford signs with PBC, I expect early next year. Then we will probably see Crawford and Spence late 2022 next year. And then the winner, which most likely would be Spence, will probably be facing Ennis in 2023. So for those reasons, I'm thinking 2023 Ennis and Spence on a collision course, probably in 2023, to decide who the best welterweight is in this era. And I say that because I don't believe Crawford could be either one of them. So now we're getting ready for the main event of this fight. If you're watching it back, the main event, the WBA championship fight between James and Butaev. James, 27-1 with 12 KOs, a boxer from Minneapolis, Minnesota. For the Viking fans, obviously I'm a Cowboy fan. You see by the hat, Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys and Raiders fan. And Butaev, the unknown European fighter who is 13-0 with 10 knockouts, puncher, not seen him. We're going to find out what he's got tonight. Winner of this fight, probably fighting Ennis. If the Ennis Ugas fight doesn't happen, and it looks like the WBA is not really down for that because they want a tournament, they're not really calling for the two to fight, which is curious to me. I don't think the WBA and Jamal James people are on the same page, money-wise. Okay, we're backstage. We got Jamal James hitting the mitts, getting loose. We got the welterweight title holder currently, according to the paperwork by the WBA. I think everybody considers Ugas the WBA champion, boxing non-casual fans like me. But we do have WBA promoting Jamal James as their champion, which is a WBA thing. I think the WBA is the most corrupt organization in boxing. I think the most valuable belt in boxing is the WBC belt. All of the organizations are corrupt and have their problems. None of them are perfect. They're all money-oriented, corrupt organizations. That's boxing. But to me, the worst is the WBA, historically. With Aram and Don King and Don King buying championship fights and just manipulating the WBA with money for years, which most of my youthful life, the prostitution of boxers, which those days are over with because of Al Heyman, the liberator of boxers, freed them financially from the quote-unquote slave masters of boxing, Don King, Bob Arum, and all the WBA and all this money, power, mob stuff, honestly, probably. And then now Al Heyman, fresh, paying fighters above market value for their services, bringing boxing back to live TV for the first time, free TV, if you will, for the first time in years. Showtime, the Al Heyman PBC platform, eliminating HBO from boxing, knocking them out, finishing them from being the king and taking the title as the official headboard of boxing, Showtime and PBC, the champions now. And that's where we're at. The fighters are free. They're getting paid through Al Heyman being their manager, not their promoter, which is a big difference. No conflict of interest. The fighters get paid sometimes above market value, definitely market value. All finally getting their money for the first time in my lifetime. So shout out to Al Heyman, PBC, Showtime for everything they've done. And they're doing the promo for Jamal James now. The PBC promo. Then you get to know the fighter. Talk about George Floyd. His death. Rest in peace. George Floyd. Don't want to think about those Trump days right now. Those days of racial uprising and fighting and riots and police brutality, which is still going on, and police corruption, which is still going on. But just all the stuff in the streets, the ignorance and the riots at the Capitol, and all the ignorance of last year and Rona, getting past that, moving on from that. Biden might not be the greatest president in the world. Obviously, he has his faults, but at least he's normal in his older way. At least he's just normal. And women a little bit more normal this year. I'm an independent, not a Democrat or a Republican. All right, we're at the main event. We got James versus Radzeb Butaev. Excuse me. Scheduled for 12. James not a puncher, so if he wins, it probably goes 12. Butaev, a puncher, if he wins, it's probably going to have to go less than 12 because James is an Al Haymon fighter and on the PBC platform, and it's going to outpunch him and outscore him in this fight. I don't think the way for Butaev to win a decision here today. He doesn't. His ticket is going to have to be knockout. That's what he's known for. James is a boxer. He's not a boxer puncher. A boxer. He only has 12 KOs and 27 wins, but he's going to win a decision. If this goes 12, James is going to outpunch him and land more punches than win this fight. Butaev's hope is a knockout or lots of knockdowns. TKO. I love punchers. I'm interested to see what he's got. We'll find out a lot about Butaev tonight. If he wins this fight, I'll start pronouncing his first name correctly. I'll give him that. If James wins this one-sided, he's just be Butaev to me. Again, European fighter that'll be 13-1 with 10 knockouts. That will have to scramble to recover. We got Butaev coming in and looks like a Russian hat. That's the Russian hat. So maybe he's from Russia. Joel Diaz, the trainer of Butaev. That's a Russian-looking hat. It's that Russian winter hat. Last bout, December 26, 20. Third round KO over of an unknown fighter. We got Radzeb Butaev. He's available on Twitter, by the way, if you really off that into him that way. The Russian hat. Looks like the guy that Conor McGregor lost to, Habib, if that's his name. I'm not an MMA guy. Same hat he wore. He was Russian, so maybe he's Russian. And we got the defending champion, the WBA title holder at 147 with a question mark for me, Django James, coming into the ring tonight. We got Django James in the ring with the white robe, red gloves, coming to the Prince, Purple Rain. Obviously from Minnesota, coming in the Prince, pretty fitting, not surprising. He should have probably been dressed in purple if he was going to go that route, but we got James Brown from James. We saw Ennis look great. I don't think James has a chance of beating Ennis in a fight. Not even on this level. I have credibility for being a solid 147 fighter, maybe even a top 10 fighter at 147. but nowhere near on the level of Boots Ennis, nowhere near on the level of Crawford or, of course, Spence or any of the top fighters at 147. Not on that level. Not even on the Danny Garcia level or the Porter level. Just an above average fighter. Maybe top 10, maybe. Back end of the top 10 kind of fighter. Versus Butaev, who I've not seen before. Welcome to my chat, my stream, rather. We're in the main event. You got great timing. This is the main event, Jamal James versus Butaev, live. You've got great timing. If you can vote in my poll, type a comment in the comments. Let me know who you are. Welcome to my stream. Here we go, the main event. We got Jamal James, 27-1 and 27-1 with 12 KOs. It's one loss to Ugas 5 years ago, 2015. The same year that Jeron Boots Ennis won the gold medal and was the number one fighter in 2015 in the Gold Gloves. So here we go, 12 rounds in the main event. We're live from Mandalay Bay Resort in Vegas. And it's showtime. Live on the Showtime platform. The WBA 147 welterweight championship with a question mark. We got James Butaev, 13-0, 10 knockouts from Russia. I was right. So he's Russian, undefeated, 10 KOs. Want to see what he's got. Probably his first appearance in the United States. Let's see if he's got what it takes. Do we have the right one, baby? In Butaev. We're going to find out versus Jamal James, who's an above-average fighter at 147, back-end top 10 fighter. We're going to find out what he's got right now. Great fight for non-casual boxing fans because of that. We got Jamal James from Minneapolis, 27-1, 12 KOs. Proudly representing Minneapolis, coming into Purple Rain. And James Brown, weighing in 145 and a quarter. It's his Showtime debut, by the way. He's only fought on the Fox platform so far. So this is his first time on Showtime. Moving up to Showtime now. We got Jamal James on the Big Boys platform. One step below pay-per-view. Showtime. So if he can win this, maybe he can stay on Showtime. If he loses, he goes back in the pack. Butaev, if he wins, he probably stays on the Showtime platform. With that knockout percentage, he's going to get a lot of viewers, a lot of fans. I like knockouts myself. We got Mark Davis, the owner of my Las Vegas Raiders in the house. Raiders, my second favorite team in football. I'm a Cowboys fan, obviously. Second Raiders. I love Al Davis, the owner of the Raiders, liberator of black players in football back in the 70s in the AFC, and NFL management and players. So shout out to the deceased Al Davis, R.I.P., flowers on his name. First round, we got Butaev versus James. Here we go. We got Butaev with a couple of jabs. First round, 2 minutes and 38 seconds left. Fill out round, James with a little bit of a jab, not nearly on the Ennis level or on the level of Rivera earlier tonight. Quality of a fighter, not on that level, but a jab, boxing ability, controlling the fight, the first round, the first minute of the round, rather, with the jab. Butaev not really throwing any punches yet. Stalking in the traditional Russian stance. Looks solid. Good footwork. Good balance. High guard with Butaev. Hands up high. Traditional Russian stance. Looks like he's got better footwork than a lot of them. Strong. Got a jab. Jab to the body by Butaev. Butaev walking him down. James with the right hand lands. Not much power. He's not known for that. Another combination by James. Controlling the first 2 minutes of the fight with the jab and some boxing ability. Nothing hard. Just winning the round. Another jab by James. Another jab. Another right hand by James. Not hard punches. Just touching them. Jab by James. Butaev walking him down, not throwing the same punches. James with the combination, winning the round. I might go ahead and score it. Or not. Good practice. So we got James and Butaev. Butaev is pronounced. Butaev. So we got 18 seconds left in the James round. Boxing. Nothing much from Butaev. Solid body shot by Butaev. Nice power. Solid body shot by Butaev. Good balance on his punches. Butaev looks like a puncher. He does have good footwork and balance. That's a 10-9 round for James. So James doing what we normally expect from him with the boxing ability. But Butaev does have power. I can see that his leverage and his footwork is really good. This fight looks like it's going to be interesting. We're heading to the second round. And looks like it's going to be good. Because I do like the footwork, the balance, and that body punch by Butaev. When he does throw punches, it does look like he has good balance. Apparently he's a good hook. And his right hand to the head is his power punch. So he's a good hooker, apparently. That's what they're saying. We'll see. I'm from the show me state. I'm from Missouri. I'm from St. Louis. So we'll see. So we got round 2. We got James boxing again. Butaev walking him down. So far, the same as the last round. Butaev picking up the pace a little bit, cutting off the ring, not chasing him in this round. Jab by Butaev. Another jab to the body by Butaev. He's letting his hands go more. It's like he was filling out James in that first round. Another jab by Butaev. Butaev looks like he's ready to throw punches in this round. I think he was filling James out in that first round. James with a solid left to the body. Solid left to the body. Right hand by James, not much power. That left to the body, the biggest punch in the fight so far from James. The left to the kidney, biggest punch in this fight. We're 146, 145, halfway through this round. We got James and Butaev for the WBA welterweight title, question mark. We got James moving, circling, good left hook by James. Nice left hook, uppercut by James. Another left to the body by James. Looking good in this second round. 1 minute left. Nice body work by Butaev. The first 2 minutes of this round to James. Butaev with 2 body punches. James with a hook to the body. James with a couple of jabs. We got a hook and a right hand and a left uppercut by James. Beautiful combination. Boxing beautifully. James winning this round. Butaev walking him down. Got a jab by Butaev. James' activity winning the round. Butaev not in his hands go enough. And we got 46 seconds left. Butaev for the right hand that lands to the body. Left hook. Glancing punch. James was moving out of the way at the time. Nice body shot by Butaev. Left hand by Butaev. Butaev stalking with good balance. James with a nice glancing combination. 1-2. Jab, right hand. Couple of weak jabs by James. We got Butaev stalking with his hands down. We got James off balance, but the ref breaks him up. And we got Butaev with a left hook, light left hook. Butaev with a left right. Didn't land good, but good balance. That's the end of round 2. Another round for Jamal James, 10-9. We're going 2018 so far through 2. And Jamal James boxing beautifully in this fight. Butaev looks game. Good balance, but not enough punches. Great left hook to the body by James. Was the punch of the fight, punching around. Later on in the round, we got James landing a jab and a nice right hand, light punches, nothing powerful. Letting his hands go, though. That's what won him the round. So round 2 to Jamal James. James with a nice combination. Body punches, lefts and rights by James, putting hands on him in his second round. Butaev reacts angrily, comes back with a left hook to the body of James. We got activity in this third round. James trying to assert himself, surprisingly, and Butaev trying to answer back. Jamal James wins the first half of that round convincingly. Surprisingly, much more aggressive. Good body punch by Butaev. Couple rabbit punches by Butaev. Ref warns Butaev for the rabbit punching. He's not going to tolerate that. Good job of the ref. And we got James with a jab. James with another jab. James, couple weak punches. James with another jab. Good exchanges in this round. A James round again. We got 1:19 left in this round. Great left hook by Butaev. Butaev with a nice left hook. Nice left hook by Butaev. Tries to go to the body. Ref breaks him. I don't know why. Missed uppercut by James. 2 solid lefts by Butaev. Butaev touching him now. Left to the body. The ref warns him. I don't know about this ref. I don't know why. James with a left and right. Butaev looks like he's fighting James and the ref right now, honestly. We got a couple weak jabs by James. Solid left hand to the body by Butaev. We got another left hook by Butaev. James with a couple of jabs to try to keep him off, get distance. Butaev coming forward, a jab to the body. Butaev letting his hands go more. This last this last minute of this round is Butaev with a left to the body. I'm going to give this round, we got 6 seconds left, Ref breaks him. Solid left right by James. I'm going to give this round to James because he won the first 2 minutes. That's good for him. But the problem is Butaev was coming on in that last minute of that fight. And the tide looks like it's starting to turn. So he won the battle. He won the round, the first 2 minutes. And we got 30-27. But I don't know about the war because headed to this fourth round, Butaev is letting his hands go. We're showing the slow-mo of James's hooks. They're not landing hard, but he landed 3 of them. Look good. Got a body shot, nice body work to the body, left hook to the body by James. He's letting his hands go. Looks pretty. First 2 minutes around, clearly his. Uppercut by James. Beautiful uppercut. Did no damage to Butaev, though. Butaev responded back with 2 rabbit punches. The ref warned him for that rightly. But that body punch warning to me was bogus. So here we go. We got the fourth round. The tide looks like it might have been turning at the end of that round. James looks like he's more on his back foot in this round. It's the first time he's been on his back foot. He's on his back foot in this round. Butaev has switched to left hand stance. Here we go with some craziness. Butaev with a solid right jab out the left hand stance. Changing up. Now he's still in the left-handed stance. Thought about going solid left hand to the body by Butaev. I didn't know he switched. Okay, I'm learning. He switches effectively, looks like. Kind of stopped James in his tracks. He answers back with a couple jabs. That's a good idea. When in doubt, go back to your stick. So James with the stick and Butaev with 2 lefts and rights to the body. He's got him in the corner. He's got James in the corner, landing the body solidly. He's got James in the corner, landing solidly to the body. Missed with the headshot. Solid body work. James responds back off the ropes. He's on the ropes, fighting back. Getting his Edwin Rosario on in the corner there. And then we got the ref breaks him finally. Actually, she left him alone, actually. That was nice. That was good. That was interesting. She left a great right hand by Butaev. James is not liking what Butaev is doing in this round. This is left to the body by Butaev. We're in the fourth round with 1:25 left. First 2 minutes solidly for Butaev. Left right by Butaev. Left to the body by Butaev. Butaev to left, nice right to the body. Butaev round, another right to the body. He's touching. He's landing on James in this round. The tide's turned in this fight. Okay, we got 1 minute left in the fourth. The tide's tuned in this fight. And we got Butaev landing to the body again. We got 55 seconds left. The first 2 minutes to Butaev. And we got Butaev stalking him in the corner. Nice little right hand. Nice little left hand. Butaev landing on James. He's got James in a little trouble. Now. He's got James in the corner with his guard up. He's in a little trouble right now. James is in a little trouble right now. He's conscious. He's oriented, but he's in the trouble. He's tired. He's in the corner. He's taking punches. He's not throwing punches back. Weak left, right by James now. But he's in the corner. He's trying to get a rest, and he's got a right to the body, but it's nothing on it. And Butaev landing solid punches to the body. Butaev is on him right now. Butaev got him in the corner. He's got him where he wants him. He's got the distance where he wants. He's right in close in the phone book where he wants, and he's landing his punches. Got 3 jabs by Butaev. That's a Butaev round. This fight's changed. Okay, so that's 9-10 Butaev. So we got 39 and 38 now. We got it. Is that right? We got it 30-27. So 39 and he gets 10. So 37. I'm sorry. Math is my weakest subject. So we got James up by 2 rounds, 39-37 by my count. Round-wise, we got it 3-1. 3-1 right now. Heading into the 5th round. And it's 39-37 on my card. And this fight is only in the 5th round now. We're into the second part of this fight. It's It's a 12-round fight. I'm sorry. We're not at the halfway point yet. This is a 12-round fight. So the fight has changed. Butaev has the advantage. Looks like a solid European fighter with good hand speed for a European fighter. Good leverage and good power. Looks like Butaev looks like he's going to be an issue. Right hand by Butaev. Left hand, I'm sorry. He switches so much. It's the left hand by Butaev off of the right hand stance that landed well. We got another jab by Butaev in the right-handed stance, a hook by Butaev in the right-handed stance. And we got James trying to keep him off of him. We got the hook from Butaev to the body. We got a hook to the body. We got an uppercut by James. We got Butaev stalking James from the left-handed stance. Got James with a 1-2 jab and right hand, another right hand, nothing really lands. Butaev in the left-hand stance that worked for him in that last round. And from the left-handed stance, he lands the left hand. They touch gloves, sportsmanship. Butaev with a solid left, backs James up a little bit, stands him upright from a prone position. We got another left hand for Butaev. I'm going to start pronouncing it right now. Butaev. He's earned the right to that. It's Butaev now. I'm going to remember his first name in a minute. It's Butaev. That's a start for me. And Butaev. James with a glancing left hook. Not much. We got Butaev with a nice left right. We got Butaev walking him down with a nice left right. We got Butaev with a nice left right. So Butaev round with less than 50 seconds left. This is a Butaev round so far. First 2 minutes to Butaev. He's got James off balance. He spins James. The crowd boos for the spin. It's a pro-James crowd here in Vegas. The ref takes a point away from Butaev. Now, that's just criminal to me. We got a 1-point deduction by the ref against Butaev, which is just criminal to me. This is an ugly side for PBC and Showtime here. We got the left-right from Butaev. That's just horrible. We got a left-right from Butaev. That's horrible. That's just robbery there. There's been some shaky stuff by PBC this year in a couple fights. Some fights this year that were just head scratchers. We got some corruption in WBC. Not perfect either. And Showtime here. No, we're perfect. Same old kind of stuff boxing-wise, but at least the fighter's getting paid. Butaev doesn't care about that, though, because he just got robbed. Okay, they get tied up. Their hands are free. See, that's a horrible call. The hands are free. There's no clinch. There's no break. That's horrible. So that's a 10-9 round for Butaev. Because the round point deduction is 9-9, so that should have been a Butaev round, but it's instead 9-9 because of the point deduction. So it's 9-9, which messes my math up. So we got 48 for James, and we got 46. See, this fight should be that point deduction is not right. We got James still up by 2 rounds, even though he should be up by 1 because of the horrible, questionable call by the ref in this fight. I'm going to try to get his name again because I want to know about the cheaters. Here comes the ref breaking him again for no reason. See, Butaev needs to be in the phone book, and James needs distance. So the ref is important in this fight because if he won't let him fight on the inside, which is where he called the point deduction for no reason, then that helps James. So he's cheating. There's Butaev versus James and the ref in this fight. It's a 2-on-1 fight. I'm pulling for Butaev because of that now. I'm an American. I normally pull for the American fighters, but I'm pulling for Butaev because I don't like dishonesty. I don't like cheating. I'm pulling for Butaev. We got Butaev stalking. We got Butaev trying to close the distance. James with a nice 1-2 combination. James trying to keep the distance, uses jab, uses combinations, not doing much power punches. These are just arm punches. These are those Khalid plant punches. And we got Butaev stalking. Got a minute 37 left. I'm going to give it to Butaev on aggression. Nothing major happened. Nice left hook by Butaev. Ooh. Nice left by Butaev. Best punch in the round. Another left hook to the body by Butaev. We got a minute 19 left. Butaev with another left to the body. Another left to the body. Right hand to the head by Butaev. First 2 minutes to Butaev. Aggression and punching ability. James on his back foot in the corner on the ropes. James looks like he's tiring. Couple jabs by James. You got a left hook by Butaev. James circles, tries to keep distance with the jab. Operating up the stick. Nice combination punching by James right there. We got Butaev answering back with a right hand. We got an uppercut by Butaev. Couple uppercuts by each one of them. Nothing powerful. Got Butaev with good balance. Left-right combination. James with the left and the right. James, nice. Great exchange. Both of them landed on each other. James covers up. No one's breaking. And Butaev scared to get a point away. Doesn't punch. That's James's fault. He stopped punching for no reason. They weren't tied up. Butaev scared to land punches because he don't want to lose a point. He doesn't want to lose a point and get cheated out of this fight. He should have thrown punches. He would have for him for the point deduction. He feels emboldened, Butaev. I think he senses he's getting cheated. Left, right by Butaev. Another left, right by Butaev. That's the Butaev round. Okay, so they've got 9-10 for Butaev. We got 57 and 56. It's a run-round fight only because of the ref. It should be 57-57 even, but because of the refs cheating, it's 57-56 going into the 7th for James, which is criminal. I've got this even fight at 57-57 right now. I got this even fight going into 7 myself at 57-57. Because of the ref, I've got a 57-56 one-round advantage to Jamal James, which is criminal. Butaev in that round, they're showing slow-mos back of Butaev landing accurately on James. So effective aggressiveness, more punching power, more punches. His round. Where we go. 7th round of 12. Close fight. I got it a draw based upon the ref. James up by a round. James with a couple jabs. James with a jab in the right hand. James with a right to the body. Nothing powerful, just touching him. James with a jab, solid right hand from Butaev out of southpaw stance. Another uppercut by Butaev out the southpaw stance. Left, right by Butaev out the southpaw stance. Welcome to my stream, whoever you are. Let me know who you are. Type a comment in the comments. We're live in the main event. I got it a draw. They have it 1 round for James because of the cheating. Great fight right now. You got James landing combinations. James with combinations to the body. We got James with some combination. He's got it exactly the way I have it. 57-56 with the cheating 1 round deduction. Me and Farhood are on the same page for once. We've got it identical 57-56 only because the ref cheated Butaev out of a point deduction. Solid left right hand by Butaev. I got it an even fight. I think Butaev is winning the first part of this round. Minute 30 left in this fight. Welcome to my stream. Please vote my poll. And please tell me who you are. Okay, we're 1 minute and 21 seconds left in this fight. We got Butaev stalking. We got Butaev in control. We got James following with a left-right combination and a nice body shot by James. We got good body work. Oh, left hand by Butaev. Another left hand to the body by Butaev. Solid punches. Nice punches by James. Back, no power. But nice punches, just no power. And we got Butaev with a solid left to the body on James. We got James retreating on his back foot a little bit. Unlike the first couple rounds, we got Butaev. We got the ref breaking him apart. Pretty good move at that point. And then we got the back at it. Butaev stalking. He's on the inside. He's got his hands down. He's not respecting James's power. He's not. He's just got his hands. James lands a punch to the face. He just shakes his head, shakes it off. Nothing. James doesn't punch hard. We got nice body work by Butaev. Nice left hook to the body by Butaev with the right hand. Butaev with 2 left hooks. Butaev out of the right-handed stance now. He switches back and forth effectively, by the way. I like Butaev. I like what I see from Butaev. I like Butaev. He's an issue. He's going to be a problem. That round ends. I'm giving that Butaev on effective aggression. That's going to even the fight up. So we got 10-9 for Butaev. Butaev now at 66. James at 66. We have an even fight with the ref's point deduction. I've got Butaev up. Actually, I got Butaev up 67 to 66. I got Butaev up by a round on my call. The ref with his point deduction, with that being in place, this is an even fight going into the 8th round because of referee corruption. Clearly, the referee is siding for the PBC fighter here, James, managed by Al Heyman on the Showtime platform. Butaev, fresh from Russia with no connections here, getting cheated. He's been fighting James and the ref at this point and doing damn well at doing it, beating both of them as far as I'm concerned so far. We're 8th round out of 12 in a great fight for non-casual boxing fans. If you're with me, please type your name in the comments. If you're watching it, let me know who you got. If you're not watching it, and for my eyes and ears, hope I'm doing a good enough job for you. Okay, we got the 8th round, 2 minutes, 34 seconds left. We got James with 2 body punches. He's in the corner, though, fighting back with 2 body punches. Showing heart, Jamal James. We got Butaev with a right hand to the head. If the ref says something, I'm going to scream. He doesn't. He breaks some great right hand to the head by Butaev. I was about to think he was going to mess with him again. So we got Jamal James with some punching, some boxing out of his right-handed stance. We got Butaev stalking with a solid left hand to the body by Butaev. We got 2 minutes left in this 8th round. Butaev with some solid body punches right there. I give him that first minute. Effective aggression, body punching, landed the harder punches. James, close minute, but I'm going to Butaev. I like punches. So Butaev making the fight. We got James kind of off his back foot boxing. He's got it, even like me. And that's including the 1 point deduction by the ref. So really, I got Butaev ahead in this fight to me by a round. So he's a Russian. He's living in Vegas now. He was a wrestler in Russia before he came to the States. He looks really good. See, if he's a former wrestler, I understand why his balance is so good now. He's a former wrestler. His balance is really good. That's why his balance is so good. Left hands, I like Butaev. Butaev, a dangerous fighter. I don't know about the power puncher. You see the James has a good chin, a lot of heart. He hasn't landed flush on him, though. So, nice right hand by Butaev. 2 more punches by Butaev. It's 39 seconds left. This is a Butaev round. Okay, so we got 39 seconds left. It's a Butaev round. I gave him the first 2 minutes of this round. James with a nice combination. James with a right hand that misses. He's trying, but his legs are not as strong as Butaev's. He looks tireder. Butaev looks fresh. James is extending a lot of energy in this fight. He looks tireder of the two. We got 11 seconds left. The tap for the 10 seconds. We got 8 rounds pretty much down. The ref breaking them for no reason. Butaev wonders why. Butaev with the lefts and rights to the body. James tries to answer back. So we got the 8th in the books. I'm giving that to Butaev. More punches, effective aggression. Making the fight. James tried the best he could, but he didn't have enough punches. Butaev with the harder punches, more punches, and the aggression. That's 10 rounds to Butaev, 10 points to Butaev. So we got 76 for Butaev and 75 for James. So we got Butaev ahead by 1 because of the point deduction. Now, on my count, I've got Butaev ahead 77 to 75. I've got him up 2 rounds because I thought the false call was wrong. So I've got Butaev up by 2 rounds. With the ref's point deduction, which I think is criminal, Butaev is up by 1. So we got 76, 75 with the point deduction. Welcome to my stream. Whoever you are, please vote in my poll. Type a comment in the section. Let me know if you're watching the fight, who you think's winning. Welcome to my stream. If you're not watching it, a great fight. We're in the 9th round of 12. We got James defending his WBA welterweight title against Butaev, undefeated power puncher from Russia, now living in Vegas. And I think that Butaev is up by 2 because of the ref's fake deduction of 1 point. We're going to say he's up by 1 because that's what he's called. He's the ref. That's his right. So we have to go by him. So according to that, it's 76-75, 1 round up for Butaev from Russia. Here in the United States the first time, up against James, the ref, Showtime, and PBC. He's fighting 4 different people tonight. Butaev, 4 different entities, and winning the fight. I like him. Like him a lot. First time seeing Butaev. I know what James is. Didn't know what Butaev is. I like Butaev a lot. Butaev. I would love to see Butaev fight Boots Ennis. Be a great fight. So we got James boxing from his right-handed stance. Looks a little tireder than Butaev. Butaev looks fresh. Better than the first round, actually, to me. Just letting his hands go. Got Butaev. Okay, Butaev has got Jamal James's face a little banged up right now. He's teeing off on James in this round. Less than a minute left. The ref stops the fight. Oh, my God. The ref has called this fight off. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The ref calls this fight off. In the 9th round, we had a K-off by Butaev. And I said I would remember his name if he won this fight. His first name, rather. Now I've got to learn it. Butaev from Russia, now living in Vegas, has just stopped Jamal James. I think the best fighter won. Great. I'm surprised the ref stopped it, actually. I thought he was cheating. I'll take the cheating thing back from the ref and just call it to just being the wrong call. Because if he was cheating, he wouldn't have stopped this fight that quick. So I apologize to the ref for the cheating comments. Obviously, he just made a mistake in my eyes. So we're going to go where the rounds don't matter anymore. Butaev puts his Russian hat back on, celebrates. I think the best fighter won. My first time seeing Butaev fight, and I was very impressed by him. I think he's a top 5 fighter in the welterweight division at this point. Even though he only had 13 fights, I want to know more about him. I want to study him. Check out his discography, if you will. I'm going to do a deep dive into him, find out a little bit more about him now that I know him. I'm going to learn and pronounce his first name. He is the new WBA lightweight champ, the new WBA welterweight champion with a question mark because I still consider Ugas the champion. So now that sets up Ugas versus Butaev. And if that can't be worked out, which maybe it won't be because of WBA and Ugas not being on the same page, this sets up Butaev versus Boots Ennis. And I like that fight. Oh my God, what a great fight for next year coming up. We're in November now. So we're talking 2022. We're talking 2022, probably either on Showtime or maybe even pay-per-view. I don't know if that's pay-per-view worthy, probably on Showtime, but we're going to see Boots Ennis maybe versus Butaev. I want to know if the Boots Ennis camp wants to take this fight. He was talking a whole bunch of stuff after winning that easy fight tonight. He was talking a whole bunch of stuff. You take on anybody. How about the Russian that nobody knows about with the great balance of footwork and the power and the pretty fast hands for a European fighter? How about Butaev, the unknown, versus Ennis? Does Ennis want to take that fight? If I'm Ennis' manager, I don't want that fight. He's an unknown with a lot of ability. That's the last thing you want. I might try to wait my time out for the Spence fight. We'll see what we'll find out what Jeron Boots Ennis is really about in the future, whether he's willing to take on Butaev, and the winner probably gets Spence when he's healthy, if he doesn't fight Crawford. Or Ugas. Will Boots Ennis take the Butaev fight? That's my question now. Will Boots Ennis take the Butaev fight? The unknown, undefeated power puncher with a lot of talent from Russia, now living in Vegas. James, congratulatory, a gentleman in the ring in defeat. He didn't agree with the stoppage, but he's being a professional. I respect Jamal James as a professional fighter. He's got class. He's above average fighter in the 147 division, perhaps still in the top 10, maybe not. But he's a professional. He's above average fighter. He's a man of class. He lost. He didn't complain. He complained about the stoppage. I thought it was a little early myself, but he's accepting it because it was the ref's call. It's a professional. He's not complaining, and he's being a professional about it. I respect that. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Butaev is now the WBA welterweight champion. For me, with a question mark, because I consider Ugas the champion still for beating Pacquiao decisively earlier this year. And we're at the point now where Butaev is either going to fight Boots Ennis or Ugas if it can be worked out. So that's where we're at. They're interviewing Butaev. And the new WBA welterweight champion at 147 with a question mark. He's speaking Russian. He's got an interpreter in the ring. Got the Russian flag, looks like, around him, and his new WBA belt. Butaev says this is his first step. He's trying to prove he's one of the best in the division. And this is just his first step. And he's looking forward to fighting the biggest fighters in 147. A man of few words. I see where he's at. I'm with him. That's palpable. He's a player. If they show his first name, I will pronounce it correctly, and I won't try to mess it up ever again. Our respect to Butaev. Butaev. That's Butaev from Russia. Butaev I'm not going to forget that anymore. He's earned it. With a convincing win over Jamal James. He's showing professionalism. He said he did. I don't think he agreed with the James with the point deduction. I don't think he did, but he's not. He said it's his right. He's his ref. He saw it the way he saw it. Very professional, but he didn't agree with it, and I didn't either. It was a bad call, but it didn't matter in the end because we got Butaev with a knockout in the 9th round over Jamal James. Great fight for non-casual boxing fans. And it's probably a good time to wrap this up. So if you're playing this back on repeat, I hope you enjoy it. It's Eugene M, either DJ STL, live from North St. Louis with my new YouTube channel. In a half an hour, it'll be our 4th week, basically a month on the YouTube platform with my new channel. From the creators I talked to, they said I have to make 100 videos before I get noticed at all. So I'm willing to do that. So we're starting from the ground up with my new channel. And I appreciate for those who came through and for those who watch it on repeat. I hope you enjoy it. I hope I called it well if you missed the fight. But that's going to be it. We're going to wrap this up. Please, if you come through and view this, please subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the bell for notifications of the big fight coming up next Saturday, live from the Mandalay Bay and Casino in Las Vegas. The historic matchup between Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant. For the first time ever, we're going to have an undisputed champion at 168. It's history in the making. Second biggest fight of the year outside of Fury Wilder, and I'll be broadcasting it live next Saturday, God willing, live from North St. Louis. It's Eugene M, either DJ STL, on my YouTube new channel platform. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, come through for the Canelo Alvarez, Caleb Plant unification fight next Saturday, live from the Mandalay Bay and Casino in Vegas. And it's Eugene M, either DJ STL. Please like, hit the bell, and most importantly, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can get monetized on my new channel 1 month in, 4 weeks in, rather, however you want to call it. I'm available on TikTok, Eugene M STL, Eugene M either DJ STL. Available on Instagram, Eugene M either DJ STL. Available on Bigo, that's BIGO. Eugene M, either DJ STL. Again, we stream live from there probably tonight. And you can also follow me on Discord, WhatsApp, Hangouts, and even Duo, Google Duo if you have it. So like, subscribe, hit the notification bell for further announcements. It's Eugene M, either DJ STL, live from North St. Louis. Out. See you guys next Saturday. Look for further content during the week. We do sports, music, and entertainment, live streams, reaction videos, music live streams, and playlists on my channel. It's Eugene M, either DJ STL. Hope you guys have a blessed Saturday night and a blessed Sunday tomorrow. Until next time, out.